welcome to the Mix and Bowl Homestead. My name is Liz. I want to thank you for coming along. For all of those of you who have already subscribed, thank you so much for all of your well wishes, your comments, your prayers for my health. I appreciate them. Truly, they mean a lot to me. So I welcome each and every one of you. If you are watching us for the first time and you have not subscribed, or if you are a returning viewer and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing and getting in the mix and bowl with us. You might have noticed is that there's a lot of empty space, and I left it like that because I don't want to be deceiving. I don't want to push everything towards the front and make you feel or assume that I have more than I have. I don't. And that was actually an eye-opening experience for me, because we were using the wide bookshelves, $37, I think it's called Home Essentials or Home Basics, something like that, at Target. Started seeing that with time, the shelves were starting to bend with the weight. They weren't cracking or anything, but I just saw that they had a little curve to them, and I was like, glass jars, curved shelf, it's not happening. So I told my husband, I said, I think we need to invest, and that's when we actually ended up getting these ones. But the point I want to make is that with the pint-sized jars, you can only put 3 in deep. And with the quart-sized jars, you can only put 2. So when I actually started taking the food out of those, while those look full, and I was moving the food here, it was like, I have no food. So I went into like a panic mode, you guys. I started canning because I realized that I didn't have as much food as I thought I did on those white shelves. So they were deceiving. But I wanted to leave it this way because I wanted you to see in reality what I actually had. So pushing them all in front in the store and making it look beautiful, just for the video, was not going to give you, what really happened. So, and in addition to that, pushing them towards the back and allowing you guys to see exactly what I have, it actually gives us an opportunity to count, okay, how many more jars do I realistically need to can to fill my pantry to have enough food for my family. It was a kind of, bad at the beginning because I went into panic mode, but it was actually a good exercise because it helped me to see what I need to do. And one thing that I want to stress is that this can be overwhelming, and someone may say, well, I can't prep. I don't have the space and I don't have the funds to do so. But not always do we have a space this big. I know what it's like to be in a shelter. I know what it's like to rent someone's basement. I know what it's like to live in a 1, 2, or 3 bedroom apartment. I did place one of those small racks inside of my hallway closet, and I'm going to show you how you can actually prepare the way that I did it when we were in a 1 bedroom apartment. Okay, all of that being said, let me go ahead and start showing you what we actually have. Okay, I'm not sure if you remember from the first pantry tour that I gave that we had some 5-gallon containers with some items stored in them. So what we did, we just basically transfer everything we had in the 5-gallon containers in Mylar bags and put them in here. So we have 100 pounds of the black beans, 75 pounds of the kidney beans, and now this container is supposed to hold 60 pounds, but they're actually holding more, way more. Then we have 2 containers of jasmine rice and then 2 containers of parboiled rice. Then on this side we have about 30 pounds of oatmeal, and then we do have about 100 pounds combined of all-purpose flour. And again, we're purchasing things based on how we eat and what we eat. So I don't want to store the pantry with a whole bunch of stuff that it's just going to go bad because we don't eat it, we don't consume it. So what you're seeing here is what we consume as a family. And then here is my Panamanian coffee. This one is empty. I'm not sure what I'm going to store here. Probably the more salt or more sugar. And this one right here is pure cane sugar. First one I have probably about 20 pounds, maybe between 18 and 20 pounds of kosher salt. And then on this other one I have probably about 5 pounds of granulated sugar. And then here I have less than 5 pounds of black eyed peas. Now on this side I have lentils, yellow peas, kidney beans, and black beans. And then I have some Nigerian beans that my husband likes, and garbanzo beans. And then on this side with the pasta, I have 1 container of penne pasta, 1 of Garden Rotini, 2 of orzo. Then I have thin spaghetti and angel hair and jumbo shells. And I do have some lasagna there at the bottom, and then 1 little box of fettuccine. But those, we don't really consume lasagna or fettuccine as much, so I just stuck them in there. And above that is space to add more shampoo and conditioners. And back there, those little boxes that you see there, those are light bulbs. I need to move that to the basement. And then over here we have all the seasonings. This is oregano and sage that I harvested and dried. And then some other spices that I get from Walmart or, any store that I go to. This Himalayan salt and adobo. So then we have cinnamon, turmeric, nutmeg, black pepper, cayenne pepper, minced onions, and just a, pepper medley. And then up here I have one container with some couscous, some dehydrated mixed vegetables, one container of Knorr chicken bouillon, and then I have one container of red pepper flakes, 1.5 containers of onion powder, 2 containers of paprika, 2 containers of bay leaves, and 1.5 containers of garlic powder. So basically on this side is pretty much all of the drinks that we consume in the house. I still have to buy some more. We've run out of green tea, and I only have 2 of the coconut water that I like. And I purchased 2 additional ground coffee in case, because I don't know when I'm going to be able to get my Panamanian coffee again. And since I cracked the reservoir for the Keurig twice, because I couldn't hold the vase filled with the water, I went ahead and got some instant coffee, because I was like, what if I can grind my coffee? Or what if I cannot brew coffee? Just to be on the safe side. And then this right here is some Sorrel wine that I'm making. So it has to stay there. I made this in February, but it has to stay there for about 1.5 years too, in order for it to turn into wine. And then over there I have additional chips and one lonely container of oil. And then this is Sorrel to make my Sorrel wine. And then above is this here, the shower gels and stuff that we use for the restroom and mouthwash. Now that mouthwash is like almost half empty, because we have containers and we fill them and then bring this huge container down here. Okay, so moving on to this rack. At the bottom, as you can see, I have new and used canning jars, and those are the pint size, regular mouth and white mouth, and then the 8 ounce as well. And then I also have my home canned tomato paste, and then I also purchased tomato paste. On this shelf I have my diced tomatoes, my spaghetti sauce, and then all the way to the left is Spanish meatballs canned in tomato and roasted red bell pepper sauce. So this aisle right here is for fruit, and I have pint size and quart size jars of peaches. Towards the back I have some pineapple chunks and fruit cocktails. The rack above is empty because I'm hoping that I can can some apples and pears. And then these 2 rows is going to be for kidney beans, so I have to can more kidney beans. And I do have a lot of black beans, but I do need to can some more black beans and kidney beans, and some more black eyed peas, which I have on the shelf above. I only have a few jars of that. And then I do have some canned white beans and my Goya gandules. They call it gandules, but in my country we call them guandu. So here I have some mixed vegetables that I canned the other day, and green peas and carrots. Now we don't use a whole lot of green peas, so I only have 1 row of that. And the same thing with the carrots. Above that is going to be corn. Yeah, but we don't really consume a whole lot of corn. It's next to the green beans, so you might not be able to see it from here. And I did leave a space to add a few more cans to keep us for what we use for the year. I purchased these containers from Amazon as well. They're not as sturdy as I thought. They're a little bit on the flimsy side, but for what I'm using them, they're okay. So I just have light things like deodorants, toothpaste, mask, and then working down on this rack, I have some noodles, Campbell's chicken noodle soup, and then some canned tuna and salmon. Then on the next shelf, I have pretty much it's all empty because I have to can some more pork. This is chorizo that I canned on July 25th, and this is taco meats, and this is on ropa vieja. It is a Panamanian dish that it's made with beef skirt, but it also has a few vegetables. I got this Brookdale corned beef from Aldi, and I thought it was going to be kind of like nasty, but I decided that I am not paying almost $7 for the brand that I used to get from Walmart. And then this is smoked brisket, and this is just these 2 rows here are regular brisket. And then I have some more space to can some more soups or buy more canned soups. And then this is vegetarian soup, and back there cream of chicken soup, chicken and dumplings. So I'm going to be putting some Panamanian beef soup and Panamanian chicken soup here. And then the rest of this is chicken breast. I have 2 cans of chicken breast and then some that I can myself. And then these are these are chicken leg quarters. This is chicken thigh, boneless smoked chicken, and chicken legs. And then underneath that I have beef stock, and all of this is going to be for more soups and more beef stock. And more chicken stock. Then this entire row is going to be potatoes, but I only have 2 rows of red potatoes and 2 rows of white potatoes. I still need to can some more. And those number 10 cans over there, those are mashed potatoes that I picked up from Restaurant Depot, but I don't like the texture. I've tried one already. So I'm going to be looking for a food pantry that I can give those to, or a soup kitchen. And then at the bottom is just more canning jars. And then I do have 2 bottles of champagne all the way at the end. They were gifted to me by a friend when we purchased our home. These containers here are grits at the bottom. Then I have 1 container with masarepa, and the other one has mashed potato flakes. These 2 top ones are empty. On this particular bookshelf, I have all the way to the top all of like breadcrumbs and chicken coating, seasoning packs, and then right underneath that I have some salad dressings, Oriental stir-fry stuff. Then I have teriyaki sauce, soy sauce, steak sauce, and then right underneath that I have my injectables. And I use that when I'm making my Thanksgiving and Christmas turkey, and have some Parmesan cheese and a whole bunch of olives. Yes, you guys, I have a lot of olives because I use them for my Panamanian tamales. And then underneath that is my roasted red bell peppers. And then for my salsa, I'll link it above as well as how I make this salsa. And you guys, this salsa is delicious. I'm never again buying some salsa. And then here I have my coconut milk, which I use for my Panamanian coconut and pigeon peas rice, and I'll link that above if you want to try that recipe. For the most part, I use Goya brand. That's the brand that I prefer. However, if I cannot find it, or it's the price goes up on this can, then I will my default is the Food Lion unsweetened coconut milk. And then I left space for evaporated milk, and then a mayo and sandwich spread. Underneath that is space for more pizza sauce. And those jars that you see there, I am going to be making some Panamanian ají chombo, and that is a hot sauce. And then the rest of the shelf is just my lemon juice, vinegar, apple cider vinegar, ketchup, and mustard. And I do have space to put more in there. And at the bottom of this bookshelf, I have mashed potatoes, and then I have some maíz trillado, and that is to make my Panamanian tamales, and I also use it to make corn tortillas or corn empanadas. And then next to that is gari, and the gari, and that is something that my husband eats either to make fufu or to eat it just like that with milk. And then other than that, above that I have leaf lard, coconut oil, and then cooking sprays, and 2 cans of pumpkin. And then above that I have just some cake mixes. This was a splurge. I'm gonna do a separate video, and I'm gonna place a link where you can get this KitchenAid. This is the Professional 5 Plus, but you're not gonna pay full price, and I'm telling you, it was like half of the price. Anyway, so that is my new toy, you guys. Please excuse me for saying you guys. It's a bad habit that I need to break. I need some more Jiffy corn mix, some more Jello, and then some more Sure Gel, buttermilk, some of the cherries I use for my upside down pineapple cake. And then I have, oh my gosh, you guys, I think this is the first item that I've ever canned. I can't remember if it was the green beans or this one, but butter. I made this garlic butter following Homestead Heart's video, and I'm so proud of it. I thought I was finished. I found 2 of the small ones, and then this is just the regular butter. And this was July 29, 2020. I'm going to open them and see how they are. Above that I have 2 cans of condensed milk and molasses. And then on this one I have coconut flour, almond flour, and that little glass jar that you see there, those are pumpkin seeds, and those are what my husband used to make some egusi, which is a Nigerian dish. And then underneath that is instant dry milk. And then next to that I have some ice cream cups and some cereal. Then this bookshelf is mainly cereal. I have those 2 jars next to the cereal with oxygen absorbers that I got to figure out where I'm going to put them. But for now they can just sit there pretty. Some more masarepa, which is my cornmeal. And then what is this, pancake and waffle mix. Then I have some grits. Then I have some milk here. This Equate, this is I think the Walmart brand of vanilla nutritional shake. And then I have some those flavor packet oatmeal. And then next to that is Pop-Tarts. Okay, so there I have maple syrup, and guys, I like the Aunt Jemima pancake syrup. I know they changed their name, and I love that syrup, but I went ahead and when I went to Aldi, I saw that they had this one, and I went ahead and picked it up, and hopefully it will be the same as the one that I like. Then we have this honey. Above that we have grape jelly and peanut butter, cheese balls, and some chicharrones. Chicharrones is pork rinds. And then I have some chips. And then above that I have pineapple and peach butter and pineapple jam and peach jelly. And then I have some prunes, pitted prunes. Those containers are literally filled with crackers. And this is a snacks for the kids to grab sometimes while I am either making dinner or something, or if dinner is delayed, they can just grab something quick there. The two containers to the right, one is peanuts, raw peanuts, and the other container that is almost empty has peanuts that he already roasted, and behind that is 2 jars of just the regular cocktail peanuts. That's the backup. Popcorn and pretzels, and then above that I just have some raisins and space to add some more Pringle chips, and then I have some chocolate chip cookies and honey buns, bars, applesauce, and little things that I pack for the kids for lunch. And then above that is lemon cookies. You guys, we can't keep lemon cookies in this house. I'm telling you, the moment that I buy a pack, it's always it's gone before the end of the week, so I have to buy it and hide. Then I have some candy, and that is it, you guys, on this side. And then on this side I have those 2 orange containers have laundry detergent, and then the debate is whether we're going to be moving the bottled water here. I know the blue containers for long-term storage of water, those are going to stay in the basement, but we're trying to figure out whether we should bring the bottled water here to make it easier for all of us. And then of course we have some of the things that we need on a daily basis for cleaning and cooking and canning. Ziploc bags, foil, and things like that. And then here are all of my cooking appliances and kitchen gadgets. These 2 freezers are going to be changed into standing freezers to make it easier for me to be able to get things in and out of there. The first freezer towards the left, that one has chicken and turkey, and then this one right here has pork. This table is actually an old desk, and we just put it here, and it's going to be eventually moved towards this side of the room where I can go ahead and use it, if I am, bringing groceries in or something. It would be nice to have something to put them on top of, while I'm offloading things. And then this big freezer has all of the beef, and it also has bread, and what else we have in here? Bread and like Hot Pockets and garlic paste and things of that nature. Alright, so we have reached the end of our Pantry Makeover tour. I hope that you have enjoyed it as much as we did, moving things around, putting things together, and determining what we have and what else do we need to do. If you see anything that you feel that we could do better or store in different ways, please let us know. Leave me a comment below. I am always open for suggestions and anything that can help me to store and prolong the shelf life of my food. I will, definitely welcome that. And as I stated before, I do have one of the smaller racks in my hallway closet, and I'm going to be creating a video for those of you who have smaller space to show you how we used to prep our family of 4. Please, every day that pass by is an opportunity to grow something and store food away. So do as much as you can with what you have. Anything that you put aside is better than not putting anything at all. So thank you so much for watching the Mixing Bowl Homestead. Until next time, well, may the Lord bless you, may the Lord keep you is my prayer.